What's up everybody, it's Seth from Fowler Customs, and today I'm reviewing the brand new Air Jordan 1 Top 3. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't yet, but with all that being said, let's get into it. So when I first saw images for the Air Jordan 1 Top 3, I really thought that this was going to be a crazy hyped up shoe, and surprisingly enough, even though it's pretty hyped, it's not on the level that I thought most of us were expecting. I mean, essentially this is a What the Air Jordan 1, and people have been asking for What the Air Jordans for a really long time, and now that people are actually getting these and people have these in hand, the hype's kind of died. I mean, if you look at resale, this isn't even on par with the bred ones. This is going for like $260, $270, maybe $300 at the absolute top, but that's about it. To be fair, the What the shoes haven't been as hyped as they were in the past. I mean, if you look at the What the LeBron 12s, I mean, it barely even sold. It sat in shelves for months. Whereas if you go back to the What the KD 6s, they sold out instantly. I mean, there was crazy resale for a while, but those days are kind of over. Obviously, Air Jordans aren't reselling for what they used to, so I'm not too surprised that these aren't going for crazy astronomical numbers, but I'm still a little surprised because this honestly is a really nice colorway. But enough of that, let's get into the review itself, and of course, starting off the review, we gotta take a look at the box. This is a standard Air Jordan 1 box, no surprises here. One thing I'm interested in is the colorway, and the official colorway for this pair of shoes. The official colorway is black, black, white. I genuinely wasn't expecting that to be the actual colorway. I'm actually surprised, but whatever, it is what it is. This is a size 9, my true size, and recently Air Jordan 1s have been fitting very true to size, so go true to size if you're looking to grab a pair for yourself, and the suggested retail price is $160. But here they are, the Air Jordan 1 Top 3. And I've got to say, in hand, these look really, really nice. Before I get into the actual color blocking of the shoe, something that a lot of people have been asking me is, what's the quality like on these shoes? And to be honest, it's not bad. It's standard Air Jordan 1 quality. You don't have like shattered backboard quality leather. You don't have bred 1 quality leather. It's just kind of standard Air Jordan leather. It's not tumbled, it's nothing crazy. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, if you compare the bred 1 side of the Top 3s to the actual bred 1s that released this year, you'll notice that there's a pretty significant difference between the leather on the 2016 bred 1s versus the Top 3s. You'll notice that on the bred 1s, the leather is tumbled and it's actually really soft to the touch. And on the Top 3s, although I like the color better on the Top 3s, it's more vibrant, it's a nicer shade of red in my opinion, the leather itself is actually a lot stiffer and doesn't feel as nice. But moving on to the color blocking, these are called the Air Jordan 1 Top 3s, and the reason they're called that, for those of you that don't know, is because they're based on 3 of the most popular Air Jordan 1s, the first being the bred 1, the second being the Chicago 1, and the third, unfortunately, one that I don't have, the Royal 1. So as I mentioned before, this is sort of a What the Air Jordan 1 because it combines those 3 shoes into one pair of shoes. Starting with the right shoe on the lateral side, you've got the Royal heel, you've got the Chicago 1 midfoot, and then you've got the bred 1 toe. One thing I like about the right shoe is that the back almost even looks like the Fragment ones, which is one of those shoes that I've always wanted, but I've never been able to grab just because the price is crazy. On the medial side of the shoe, you can see most of the shoe is based on the Royal ones, and then again, the toe is the bred ones. The tongue is pulled from the Chicago ones because it's a white tongue with a red tag. Inside the shoe, you've got a black sock liner, which is the same for all 3 colorways, and then you've got a white insole with a blue Nike Air. Moving on to the left shoe on the lateral side, you've got the red heel, the Chicago midfoot, and then the Royal 1 toe. Like the right shoe, you can almost see a different shoe than what they intended in this color blocking. You can sort of see the black toe ones. The heel area is the same. It's only the toe that's different. Moving to the medial side, you've got the bred ones in the heel and the midfoot, and then of course you got the Royal ones again on the toe. Not only that, but the tongue is also black with blue text, just like the Royal ones. The inside of the left shoe is exactly like it is on the right shoe, except instead of having blue text, you've got red text. Something I've got to give credit to Nike for is that not only did they lace you up with black laces, but they also gave you a pair of white laces, blue laces, and red laces, so you can really change up the look of the shoe depending on how you're feeling about it. That's a nice touch. Finally, moving to the bottom of the shoes, you've got probably my favorite part of this pair of shoes. You've got the 2 different colored outsoles. On the right side, you've got red from the bred ones and Chicago's, and then on the left side, you've got the Royal 1 blue. Honestly, that looks sick. They did the same thing to the outsole with the Lance Mountain ones, but since I don't have a pair of those, this will work out just fine. Overall, this is a really interesting concept for a pair of shoes. I definitely like the way they look, but it is kind of loud and you can't really wear it with every outfit. For me personally, this isn't gonna be an everyday shoe. This is something that I'll break out whenever I feel like getting a little bit festive. It's definitely a clean pair of shoes. I kind of wish that in one of the shoes, maybe the Breads or the Royals had been on the outside, and then on the other pair they had stuck with the Chicago ones. I don't know, it just would have seemed a little bit more like a what the shoe or something that was a little bit more random, but I really don't mind this pair of shoes at all. If you're trying to grab a pair of these for yourself, even though they're sold out at just about every retailer, you shouldn't have too much trouble finding these for just above retail. Because they made so many of these, the resale isn't that much. I can't speak to what will happen in the future. I honestly don't know if these will skyrocket once everyone wears them and there's only a few DS pairs left. I honestly don't know. I kind of wanted to double up on these just to have a fresh pair to break out in a year or two, but financially that wasn't gonna happen. So it is what it is. Now that we've got the review out of the way, let's put these guys on feet and see how they look.
How I win. To start. How I wonder.
That's pretty much it for the video, guys. Make sure to leave a comment in the comment section down below letting me know if you like the 3 Jordans that they used for the Air Jordan 1 Top 3, or if you would have preferred to have seen different Jordan colorways on this shoe. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to Fowler Customs if you want to see more content just like this, and follow Fowler Customs in all other forms of social media.